You should be incredibly skeptical. You should be skeptical of anyone who tries to sell you marketing services. I know this because I've been in marketing for over 15 years. I've sold every platform that there is, TV, radio, and print, and I've bought every platform that there is, TV, radio, print, and especially online. You should be skeptical of all of them because the traditional metrics that marketing agencies show you are things like exposure, demographics, maybe occasionally things like, hey, we got more engagements on this post. None of those matter. You can't deposit a like, a comment, a share, a fan, a demographic, a view. You can't deposit any of that in the bank. There is value to create an exposure, but in the end, the thing that we all really care about is driving sales. And if you've clicked on this and you've seen this video, you're interested in seeing the case study that I told you I was going to send you. And this is a case study for a one-location pizza restaurant that employed our restaurant profits program and generated over $40,000 in sales just from this program that we could track down to the penny in 6 months. And how do we do that? How do we track sales down to the penny? Well, we use our Restaurant Profits program that leverages Facebook Messenger. Yes, Facebook Messenger, a platform with over 2 billion users that comes already installed on almost every smartphone sold today. Why is it important that we're using Facebook Messenger? Because it doesn't require anything else to be installed. You may have heard from companies like 5 Star or FanBank about their programs that they're using and how they're going to drive exposure. Well, the problem there is you've got to install a different app. In my previous job, I worked with Visa, one of the largest financial services companies in the world. And the biggest barrier to entry they've had with all of their services is getting people to install an extra app on their phone. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's actually a huge hurdle. And that's why a lot of those app-based programs have so much trouble getting engagement because they can't get people to install their app on their phone. But we leverage Facebook Messenger, which already has 2 billion users, comes installed on almost every smartphone sold today, so there is no barrier to entry when it comes to using our service, and that's why it delivers such an incredible ROI that I'm going to show you in this case study. I'm going to show you exactly how we're able to make over $40,000 for a one-location pizza place using our program in 6 months. So just take a look. I'm going to walk you through exactly how this case study works. I think you'll be impressed by it. And if you want it, you can get an exact copy of the PDF of this case study as well. Let's take a look. Here's a case study for one of our pizza restaurant clients. This client is a one-location mom-and-pop pizza restaurant in the Tidewater area of Virginia. When you look at this case study, it shows the 3 main things that we do for restaurants. First, we get attention. We do that by taking advantage of Facebook and giving it what it wants. Facebook wants engagement. So we create posts that people engage with. When that happens, Facebook shows our posts more often. This post had over 1,000 comments, 1,114 to be exact. Yeah, that's right, 1,114 people commented on this Facebook post. If that was it, if that was all we did, that would blow away just about every case study out there. But it's not. It's not even the tip of the iceberg because comments without action, without tangible results, without butts in seats are just comments. How do we take those comments and turn them into customers? That's the second part. We grow an enormous database of customers who know, like, and trust you. We do it with an automation program that leverages online social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger that we call the Restaurant Profits program. In this case, we built a database of 2,345 people for this restaurant in under 6 months. That database should have an economic impact of over $240,000 over the course of the year to their bottom line. And maybe the best part of this database, the restaurant owns it. It's not like TV, radio, or print where you only rent the database for as long as you advertise. This database is yours to use however you want going forward. The third part of this program is the part that most people are interested in, driving trackable sales. Just like getting attention, growing a database only means something if the people in that database come into your restaurant and spend money. It only matters if we put their butts in your seats and they give you money and they tip your servers so that everybody's happy. Our program drives 100% trackable sales. You can see those results down to the penny. In this case, 857 people who opted into the program came in and redeemed their initial offer. That's 36.54%. They spent $20,234.14. That's an average check of $23.61 on their initial offer. Let's dig a little deeper into that. So you can see the Facebook post here. It's engaging. We're bribing customers to get involved, and it works because there are 1,100 plus comments that also led to 241 shares. Yes, we reached a ton of people. If you're really impressed with reach, over 80,000 people who are within 3 to 5 miles of the restaurant saw this ad and were exposed to the restaurant. That's pretty amazing. Can any other medium do that? Can TV target only people within 3 to 5 miles of your restaurant? No, they can't. Can radio tell you that only people within 3 to 5 miles of your restaurant are going to hear your radio ad? No, they can't. A newspaper, a magazine, or a coupon book like Valpak or Money Mailer or Clipper, can they tell you only people within 3 to 5 miles of your restaurant are going to see your ad? No, they absolutely cannot do that, but we can do that with Facebook. 80% plus of your customers are going to come within 3 to 5 miles of your restaurant if you're in an urban or suburban location. More rural, that changes a little bit, and we can adjust our targeting to fix that, but it's still going to pull in results like these. We've seen huge results for this system in small towns like Twin Falls, Idaho, and Salisbury, Maryland. It still works wonders. The other aspect that's pretty cool in what we do that no other medium can match, in future months, we don't just show these ads to people who are already in the program. We can exclude them. Why waste money on people that are already in the program? No other medium can do this. Imagine if a coupon book or a coupon magazine could take your offer out of the books that are being sent to people who've already claimed your offer. That would be great, wouldn't it? We can actually do that. And the results only get better over time because we can feed our data back into Facebook. We can take the people who spend more than your average check and tell Facebook to find more of them. Or we can take the people who spend less than your average check and tell Facebook to find us less of them. The next step is the database that we build. 2,345 people are currently in this database. 36.54% of them have redeemed their initial offer, meaning 857 people came into the restaurant and spent money. I've seen many studies where direct mail will drive as little as 2 and as high as 5% of customers to take action. I just got a demo from a loyalty company with $140 million in funding. Their average redemption rate for an offer is under 1%. They were actually bragging to me about a 0.5% redemption rate, as if that was something to be proud of. A local magazine just sent me their digital offerings, and they were bragging about a 20% open rate and a 0% redemption rate. It's 0% because they can't track it. They have no idea if anybody who advertises with them digitally is redeeming an offer. They cannot track it. We can. I've never seen any marketing medium, no matter what it is, get a 35% redemption rate. Never seen it, not once. The reason is we are finding the right people and we're spending money on them and only them. We are finding people who are interested in your restaurant and are likely to visit it. Finding the right people and spending the money to get their attention and get them into a database and get them to walk into your restaurant is key, and no other platform can do it like this. If you look at that database, I'm going to walk you through it in a little more detail in a moment. It should generate up to $240,000 in sales, even if we don't add one more person to the database this year. We've got over 2,000 people in it right now. If we add no more, we should generate over $240,000 in sales. But say I'm half wrong, and it's worth in excess of $120,000 in sales. I will take that all day long. Now let's talk about Facebook Messenger, because a lot of you are probably familiar with it. It has over 2 billion users. It already comes installed on almost every smartphone sold in the US, which makes it ridiculously more valuable than any of those apps that people are trying to sell you. Getting people to download a new app is hard. I was chief creative consultant for Visa, the largest financial services company in the world. They struggle to get Americans to download apps. Most restaurant loyalty apps that are out there giving the hard sell have fewer than 2 million downloads. Some have as few as 750,000 downloads. That seems like a decent number until you think about there being over 320 million people in the US. And what those numbers don't count and they don't track is how many people have removed those apps from their phone. So 2 million is the high, the absolute most they have if nobody's ever taken the app off their phone. And chances are they have. Facebook Messenger has the user base, the installation rate, and the engagement rate that no other app can match. That's why for business, Messenger is what email was 20 years ago. When I was working in marketing and TV, radio, print, and corporate, I could send an email and get 80 to 90% open rates. I remember how many responses we would get and how overwhelming that was. Now, if your email has a 20% open rate, you're absolutely killing it. Most businesses are lucky to get 10%. Emails don't get read anymore, but Messenger open rates blow email away. Here are some broadcasts for this client. If you look at the read rate, that's what Messenger calls the open rate, you'll see the worst performing one is still 90.2%. If you look at the click rates, the worst one is 48.2%. Now, this client had an extremely engaged list, but click rates of 30 to 40% are the absolute norm. Let's look in detail at one specific sequence. So this is a follow-up message broadcast in Messenger, so very much the same thing as sending out an email blast to your list. This special was for a free order of buffalo wings. Cost from that item was under $2. It was sent to 1,471 people, of which 90.2% opened it, 49.5% clicked on it, and so far 210 people, or 11.7% of that list, have redeemed the offer. They came into the restaurant and spent money. They spent $3,985.80. That's an average check of $18.98. Let's say you did the same promotion through email. Is there any chance for a 90.2% read rate or a 49.5% click rate? No chance at all. Is there any chance for an 11.7% redemption rate? Most places consider 11.7 a good open rate, much less a redemption rate. Now let's take a look at our dashboard. Let's go on to how we know all of this. We're using Facebook Messenger for this redemption process. We don't necessarily want customers only coming in when they have an offer, but if you have good food and good service, that's generally taken care of. We want to get them coming back for many other reasons too. Our goal is to do 3 things. Number 1 is to get attention of the right people. Number 2, collect their information by getting them into Facebook Messenger so we can communicate with them in the future and not have to spend money to do it. We want an audience that we own, we don't rent. Number 3 is the tracking. We know we are getting in front of the right people and building a database of actual customers who spend money in the restaurant because we can track sales. I want to share a little anecdote that comes from the marketing director of a restaurant company that has 2 brands, one with over 100 locations and one with over 70 locations. He said what he loves about our program versus direct mail is that every month the same people are getting the same direct mail piece. If you buy some coupon magazines and they deliver it to 100,000 homes or 500,000 homes, the same people are getting that every month. Now say 50 of those people redeem that offer one month. The next month, those same people are getting that same offer. There's no way to rip that out of their coupon book. There's no way to give them a different offer based on what they spent when they come in. There's no way to incentivize them with something different. There's no way to push them to a different offer. We're showing our ads to new people all the time. People who haven't joined the program and haven't redeemed an offer. And then we use our data to tailor our additional offers to the people who are most likely to be valuable to you and drive them to the days of the week or times of the day that you want more customers. This is a 6-month case study. A 1-location mom-and-pop pizza place was seen by over 82,000 people with almost 4,000 engagements and 2,345 people joining their database. 1,245 times those customers came into the restaurant and spent money, with 36.5% redeeming their initial offer and 16.5% redeeming a follow-up offer. Driving sales is a key element. 36.54% of those people walk in and spent $40,489.26 on 1,245 total redemptions. I'm not going to get every single one of those customers back for offer after offer every single time. My job is to get their butts in your seats, in your restaurant, and getting them paying money. Once I get them into your restaurant, you give them a great product, a great experience, a great atmosphere, make them feel appreciated like they're part of something. Getting them back is easy. Because if you do that, and I give you a means to talk to them more often in an engaging manner like Facebook Messenger where we know they're going to open the messages, I know they're going to come back and they're going to come back more often. We know from working with this client that on average, a customer eats at the restaurant 6 times a year. So when we get a new customer in their doors who has never been there before or has been there but not been back in a while, then we are looking at someone who on average is going to eat there 6 more times in the next 12 months. If we incentivize their returns, or just remind them with new items on the menu, or events like National Pizza Day, or seasonal things like Halloween or NFL Sundays where people are more likely to buy food, through a medium we know they open and read, we are going to get them back more often. 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, we can make that all happen. We've already proven we had over 36% reclaim their initial offer and spend more than the average check to do it. So I can be sure that some portion of the database will be back several more times over the course of the year, and that their average check is going to be larger than the average check of customers outside of our program. That's how we know we're going to see an annual impact of over $240,000 on this case study. This is obviously an outstanding case, and they have blow-away results. But at even half of these results, or a quarter, it is more than any other medium can do. And it's definitely more than they can prove. Our program is consistent, reliable, and most importantly, 100% trackable. We show you exactly how many dollars you get back for every dollar you put into the program. If you'd like to learn more about the program, just click one of the buttons or links below, or shoot me a message at mark@lucky-dogmarketing.com, or call me at the office, 703-291-8889. That number forwards to my cell phone when I'm not there, so you can almost always get me. I'd love to have a conversation with you about your restaurant and see if we're a good fit to work together.